Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to get this everyday look using just your blush, bronzer, and your highlighter. First, I'm going to prep the skin with my moisturizer. I'm going to be using the Speed Plump and Eye Cream Icelandic Skin, and always Fenty Beauty's Skin Primer. All right, now we have our skin nice and hydrated. Next, I'm gonna go in with Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Concealer. Now, I like to use my concealer just kind of as my foundation. So I'm just kind of placing it where I feel like I would need a little bit of coverage. And just kind of on the high points of my face, just like that. And I'm going to be using Fenty Beauty's Buffer Brush, the 110 foundation brush. And just lightly press it into the skin. It's nice because you don't need to use a lot of product. You can see that I used very little. And the coverage is beautiful. Just the difference. Kind of just brighten around my mouth, fix a little bit of blemish anywhere along my chin. And I am kind of just doing like a stamping motion, almost like how you would with like your beauty blender, instead of just swiping it across the skin. Kind of just lightly pressing it into the skin.
Would they be enough to secure a conviction?
So then it's just really nice and blended.
The legal insanity in California is that you either don't understand the nature and consequences of your actions, or you don't know what you're doing is wrong.
The prosecutors were confident they could prove Dawson had known what he was doing.
Just use the excess along the brow bone and my eyelid. Perfect. Now to add some color, we're going to go in with some blush. Today I'm using Fenty Beauty's Moscow Mule and Ginger Binge Killer Watt Highlighter. Now I'm going to be using just very little, just lightly tapping it in and smile. And just adding it right along the tops of the apples. And slightly kind of pulling it up into that cheekbone just a little bit. You see the color payoff is quite rich. Really pretty, just gives that nice natural flush. Now I'm just gonna add it along to the other side. Now the brush that I'm using is a little bit more condensed, so the color is coming off a little bit more of a higher payoff. If you want something that's going to apply the blush a lot lighter, use a little bit more of a fluffier brush. Now to add some highlight, I'm going in with Fenty Beauty again. I'm using their Kilowatt highlighter in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. Now I've used so much of this highlighter, I'm just gonna mix the both. And right along the tops of that cheekbone. Ugh, it's so pretty. Pull it into that brow bone just a little bit. You kind of have a nice little sideways triangle. My God. Fenty Beauty, glow, glow, glow. Okay, our skin looks great. Now just to add a little something to the eye, I'm gonna go in with Lay and Low Paint Pot by MAC Cosmetics as our eyeshadow base. And again, this is that really beautiful kind of skin tone color. So placing it right against the eyelid, slightly pulling it into the crease and the brow bone. And having this color down, you could literally just place a color in the crease or even just a pop of shimmer on the eyelid and you're good to go. I love this color. All right, now we have our eyeshadow base down. We're gonna put in our crease color, which I'm gonna be using our bronzer. Same bronzer that we used along the face, and using a nice fluffy kind of tapered brush. And just gonna redefine the crease. Back and forth. I like to follow it with that circular motion, so then it diffuses any harsh lines. inner corner, pulling it up into the brow.
Was that he was not capable
Circular motion, pulling it into that brow bone.
understanding,
Really soft, really diffused. You can see just a little bit more definition. Now I'm gonna place it along to the other side. All right, now to have some fun along the eyelid, I'm gonna be going back with Fenty Beauty's Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. And I'm gonna use the shimmery side, just using my fingertip and just pressing it right along the eyelid. So pretty. Literally just this little gingery, kind of copper little moment we're having. Oh, beautiful. Really nice and soft, a little sun-kissed. Beautiful. All right, looks really beautiful. Let's go ahead and curl our lashes and add your favorite mascara. I'm using Maybelline's Colossal Big Shot. And really get to the root of the lash, wiggle back and forth, and pull all the way to the tip.
The valley remains an idyllic place for those fortunate enough to call it home.
It's a very safe community and very, very close-knit. And when something happens and there's any kind of catastrophe or...
All right, I guess what we have next is eyebrows. I'm gonna be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This color is in soft brown. And I just like to start at the bottom, create a nice clean line.
Jobs were scarce, but Adrian beat the odds and got the job.
And I like to do kind of
I said, when you're 40,
short little strokes.
she goes,
And then once I get down to
Adrian also
the arch, I can kind of do
few other
a
women
little bit of a longer stroke.
department. Another recent college grad.
And just constantly kind of brushing through just to diffuse any harsh lines.
So much of Adrian
I'm almost out of this pencil. I'm so sad. I need to get a new one. And I like to do just a little bit of brush stroke. So again, little short strokes, but going upward to kind of mimic the brow hair. And right where you would have the arch, I kind of have to trace mine on.
He was quiet, nice,
So just kind of following the natural
which was quite a
way of the brow
outgoing fiance.
and extending that tail just a little bit longer.
A circle that included Adrian and
Again, short little brow strokes,
volleyball coach at the local
because we don't want our brows to look like they've been traced in. We want it to look like brow hair.
And shortly after Lauren moved in with Adrian, their circle acquired one more member.
Creating brow strokes again.
From South Carolina, named
We're gonna brush that through.
She was very, very pretty, very outgoing, very...
Nice.
she was a genuine
Just fill this in just a teeny bit more.
person. And she put her
Little brow strokes.
to work.
Brush that through.
She wanted to... just
We have a nice eyebrow.
her, so she came out here.
All right, let's top off the look with some Fenty Beauty Ruby Milk Gloss Bomb. This is a really pretty juicy,
They made a lot of friends. They had
oh yeah,
together as they were popular, and they were in the prime of their lives.
They are living the dream.
kind of like
Their first Halloween
a
together in
deep hot pink.
That the dream would turn into a bloody nightmare.
Thing I love about Gloss Bomb
Halloween
is that they're so soft. They're not sticky at all.
Spend the evening handing out candy
I feel like I could just keep on lathering and lathering the colors.
Halloween, people there passing out candy, kids running up and down the
Beautiful.
street, and their parents saying,
There you have it. This is my everyday, just kind of go-to look. A little bit on the brighter side, keeping it nice and fresh for these gloomy days that we have. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
at around